owners of La Taqueria Cristel and Lyle here in St. James. So guys, what is the background of the business, or how did, what is the background first of you guys coming up together and to the business?
Well, me as a teacher, in 2021, the pandemic, I was hired by school divisions in here, and the pandemic hit. So we decided to start a business because I miss the Mexican food. And we started with a food truck, and he believed in me. And I fed our neighborhood. I fed our neighborhood for I don't know how long. I think it was for over a month. I would cook, feed the neighborhood, so they would say they like it, they don't like it, and that's how we came with a food truck. And it was July 14, 2021.
That's how we chose the recipes.
That's how I chose the recipes, right? Because by feeding our neighborhood.
Okay, Crystal. When did you arrive in Winnipeg first?
I arrived in Winnipeg, it was July the 1st, 2019.
Okay.
Because I married him in December 31st, 2018, but I was a teacher back there, and I didn't want to say, okay, I'm married, here you go with your job, I'm going to stay here in Canada. So I told him, okay, we get married, but I'm going back and finish the school year because I like to finish what I start.
That's excellent. Okay, so you came here and you decided to bring the Mexican culture and the Mexican food to Winnipeg.
Yes, because I miss that part. Our Mexican food is so tasty, so many ingredients are blended together. And well, that's how we started with the food truck. And then 2 months later, it was so successful and our needs were so big. So we decided to start the restaurant.
And Lyle, how did you support it, Crystal, and decided to open up
all my life savings? No, that's not true. Well, it's funny because we kind of made the decision to start to maybe just buy a hot dog cart.
Okay.
But we looked into that, and the rules with the commissary are so involved. You can't cook at the commissaries because most of them just have prep and fridges and freezers. So I learned that a food truck was its own commissary. So a good friend of ours saw a food truck for sale on the side of the highway and sent me a picture. And I said to Crystal, hey, can you cook your food in a pizza oven? She said, well, it's not normal, but why not? So I had actually just come into a little bit of money, so I bought the food truck. Oh. And we stripped all the decals off of it because it was a pizza food truck, which this actually place was a pizza place too.
Okay. Yeah, but we figured out how to make it work, and you have a concept in mind, and you just have to turn it to life.
Yes.
So we quickly realized that we could not cook enough food in that pizza oven. Like Crystal was saying, it's we kind of took off right away. And I think the reason is because Crystal refuses to compromise anything. So all of our ingredients, all our dishes, everything is made here from scratch, with the exception of our tortilla, which we actually partnered with a company called Sunny Day out in Winkler.
Oh, okay.
To make the tortilla the way we want the tortilla. Oh. So we, other than that, I mean, if staff if we're not busy here, somebody's cleaning chilies, because that's just an ongoing affair here. Because like I said, everything is made from scratch. All our herbs, our traditional,
So that's great because a lot of um, a lot of people think that Mexican food is just like any other, I don't want to say brands, but like any other American restaurants that no, just branched out and expand and don't take care of the craft and the originality of the food that.
yeah. Well, I mean, Mexican food is revered worldwide, and there's a reason for that because of the effort and the energy that goes into making the food. So, yeah, it's
So now, when we started the food truck, I had to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning because we would be at Uni City at 12, for lunchtime until 6 p.m. So in order for that to happen, I had to wake up at 3 o'clock, cook, prepare everything, because I was the one that cleaned my chiles. I was the one that chopped my onion. I was the one that had to do it so we could be at 12 for lunchtime at Uni City. So this is not easy. It's not an easy job. Who's the only one that can come here anytime, any hour? It has to be me, right?
I remember when we were starting at Unicity and we had a $600 day, and it was just like, holy crap, right on. And now if we have a $600 day, I'm like, holy crap, that we got to figure out something better. It's like,
But that's the thing, like you have to start from scratch, wake up early,
Yeah.
and work to turn that dream into a reality.
Yeah.
Right? And it takes a lot of effort, a lot of years.
it's a lot of work.
Consistency until you finally have some results, right?
Yes. You have to believe in what you're doing. Like coming from another country to another country, and you have to work hard. And for me, it was like, I have people back in Mexico who are very proud because I succeeded in here, but it's a lot of work, a lot. You have to believe in yourself. It's not like magic is going to happen. No, you have to work hard, work hard and believe in yourself.
We knew it was going to be hard work, but not as hard as it actually is. Just saying.
Yes.
Everybody thinks that it's going to be easier, but obviously, like, it turns out that it requires a lot of effort.
I see a lot of restaurant memes on the internet, and one of them is, what people perceive a restaurant owner to be, and he walks in and his staff is handing him a glass of champagne, and he's like, drinking champagne, and then it says, in reality, he's walking in the door carrying 5 different boxes, and boxes are falling all over the place, and it's so.
Well, food-based businesses are tough to manage. Yeah. What are some of the challenges that you guys have faced, like licenses, permits, and all that?
Yeah, all of that and more.
And even more.
So,
even the, I don't want to say the name, but the global phenomenon that we had 2020 or 2019.
Well, and that's funny because, restaurants were closing during the pandemic, and we actually opened in the pandemic in 2021. And
Yes.
I laugh because we've learned that a lot of, there's a lot of allergies out there and celiac and, and trying to accommodate different people's issues, which I think we've done a good job. And I laugh when people say, do you guys have any nuts in any of your recipes?
I had to change many recipes, like sopa azteca. It has chicken in Mexico, and in here I had to make it vegan. So I had to have vegan options. Like I make pastor, but I also make pastor for vegan people, right? We do not, like, if we go to the basement, the baking station is aside from my station, so there is no cross contamination.
Okay.
Because, for example, I have allergy to what is it?
Oh, see, like gluten.
Yeah, I have a gluten allergy, so I'm very like picky that everything, our fryers for the gluten free and everything is separated to make sure that people get what they are supposed to get, right?
Yeah, like
Because I have allergies.
We fry our churros in their own fryer. We fry our totopos in their own fryer. Our taquitos in their own fryer. Because the reality is there's a lot of allergies out there, and we're all over the celiac Facebook page for people who are looking for restaurants that are gluten free.
Yeah, for sure. And these are some of the things that maybe people don't realize. Even myself, I didn't know, right? So that's good to know that back on the kitchen, you have to work things out to cater to everyone, right?
Absolutely.
Yes. And when we have people who have gluten allergies, like the celiac, what we do is we take them to the basement so they can see for themselves that what we're saying is what we're doing, right?
Okay.
And so we have to have a very clean kitchen so we can take them because we give people tours, right? You want to come and see what we're talking about? We take them downstairs.
Yeah.
Right? So people know that it's a fact.
How has the Winnipeg community adopted the restaurant?
I think very well. Like, I can give you an example. When we first started, we took our food truck to the St. Norbert Farmers Market, and we had a customer come to us at Unicity and he's like, I tried your tacos 2 weeks ago in the farmer's market in St. Norbert, and I've been scouring the internet looking for where you guys were going to be, and I finally found you, and I drove from St. Norbert to have your food again. And that was when we like literally first opened, So it's yeah.
Is there like a lot of Canadians here or just Latin Americans?
Everything.
No, everything.
Oh, that's amazing.
Like we see all walks of life come through here, from Canadians to Indians to Mennonites, Mexican Mennonites, everything.
Sunday,
all different.
we know it.
Latinos,
Mexicans,
yeah,
Mexicans, bringing Mexicans. Yes.
So it's like weekends we have.
Yes,
I
know.
call Sunday Mexico Day, because all the Mexicans come. And I think it's because you all party on Saturday and you need some good comfort food or something. I don't know.
It's because they work very hard. Mexicans work very hard during the week, and then Saturday and Sunday they miss their food. Because that was something that I didn't change Mexican recipes. I stick to our traditions in Mexico. I was not going to, it was more because it wasn't easy for Canadians. It was more like teaching Canadians what Mexican cuisine is. I have, like, for example, the chiles rellenos that we make in Mexico, well, the tradition in my family. I posted one time, I'm going to make chiles rellenos, stuffed chiles. And somebody said, okay, how many are you going to make? And I said, I'm only making 30 because it's very difficult to make. And he said, okay, I want 20. And I said, but how do you know what they taste like? Because I know what you cook is good. So set aside 20 for me. I mean, yeah, it's funny, right?
And he was Mexican.
And he was Mexican. Like, we received a phone call for 5 liters of pico de gallo to be, because we come here at 9. But this person said to me, can I come at 9? This was yesterday. He called me like 3 days ago. Can I pick up 5 liters of pico de gallo Tuesday, 9 a.m. And I was, okay, I'm going to come to the restaurant because I like everything to be fresh. Because we have bought pico de gallo in other places and it's not good.
Yeah.
So if I told this person, okay, I'm going to come in earlier and do your pico de gallo. At 9 o'clock, he was here.
Okay. So
He was so
He
high.
didn't even ask what the price was.
He didn't ask for what the price was.
people are looking for the flavor.
Yes.
They don't even care about how much it costs.
No, the flavor.
That's amazing. That's what we're looking for. Like, well, myself as Mexican, looking for originality.
Yes.
As opposed to just being cheap and go.
We had a couple come when we first opened, and they were sitting at that table there, and they ordered a cochinita, and they had just come. They were Mexican, and they had just come to Canada, and she said to the woman said to Crystal in Spanish, "I can't believe I had to come to Winnipeg, Canada, to have the best cochinita pibil I've ever had, and I'm from the Yucatan."
Whoa, that's a
Yeah.
great compliment.
I make my own chorizo.
Okay.
I make my own chorizo. I mean, yes. I make the beans the way they were made when I was growing up. So, yeah.
I laugh. People say to me, "How do you guys make these beans?" And I'm like, "I could tell you, but then I'd have to kill you," because she would kill me.
Yeah.
So you guys, do you have any plans of expanding or branching out the business?
Well, yes and no. We've like I said, we made an agreement verbally with Torque. We're just waiting for them to get their stuff together and finish building the kitchen, because they have a tap room that's a beautiful space, actually very Mexican. They make a Mexican beer there, and they're lacking food. And they realize that, so they wanted an
More people
established-
than in
yeah.
here.
Well, that's
the
what we
capacity.
want. We want to. They have a capacity of 100. We have a capacity of 10. Our parking lot sucks. Watch out for the pole on your way out. Just saying. The meat travels up and down the stairs 5 times before it gets sold. So because we do all the prep in the basement, and then we do all the cooking up here, and then we do all of the breaking down and either putting it in smaller containers or putting it in bags for our food truck, and then it comes back up the stairs. So actually 4 times. So yes, do we want to look at other locations or anything? No, this is already enough work.
Well, that's how businesses start. Like, you started in a food truck, then you moved on to a actual venue, like a brick and mortar place, and then you're moving on to expand, right? So, but it takes a lot of work.
Right. And it's, in the 3 years we've been doing this, we haven't got rich. I can tell you that. It's, we just raised our prices because we haven't raised our prices in a year, and everything has gone up so much that it's just like we had to raise our price. So we give good quality food, good quantity, reasonable price, which I, believe keeps people coming back, because we do have a lot of repeat business.
Yeah,
So
because of the quality.
Yes.
you came and tried our food.
Oh, for sure. So, what would be an advice that you will give to a person that's just starting out?
Don't do it.
No,
Not necessarily in a restaurant or like a food-based business, just in any other, like.
Just realize you got to work hard. There's going to be a lot of long hours, long days,
Yeah. You have to believe in yourself.
sometimes
You can't desist.
frustration. Yeah.
You can't. You can't give up. You can't give up. It's not going to be easy, because nothing in life is easy, right?
Yeah.
So in order to succeed, you have to insist. You're going to have ups and downs, but you have to believe in yourself.
Yeah, that's what I've always heard, that you have to push.
Yes.
At the end, it's worth it,
Yes.
because you build your dream, but you literally build it and came into a reality.
Yes.
I mean, there's a lot of long hours. Crystal mentioned she'd come in at 3 a.m, and, I would be up till 11, 12 at night paying bills, or, posting on social media, like building videos, So it really never ends, like the day from start to finish, like, so.
Yeah, and you have to take care of the marketing. You gotta be like the CEO, the COO, and everything in the same hat.
Yep.
Yes.
Including washing the dishes and cleaning the toilets,
Yeah.
which we both done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. So thank you very much, guys, for having me here. If you haven't come to the La Taqueria, you're missing a lot. It's on Ness in St. James. What's the address?
1863.
Perfect. So don't miss out. Come here. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.